Here's an interesting video for an E46 M3 that we've been looking after for a number of years. Just wanted to quickly talk or show the underside of the RACP after we carried out a BMW Structural Resin injection many years ago, actually 5 years ago. Now this isn't a video to hark on at how good structural resin is. Hardly anybody uses it anymore. It's very hard to get hold of, but many years ago when BMW were using it, also owners were wanting it, so we were injecting it. And this is just a very quick video to show how good a car still is after having our BMW Structural Resin injection treatment and no underside reinforcement plates or any welding on the mounting points. This car has got 110,000 miles and it was injected 5 years ago, 32,000 miles ago. So it's been driven 32,000 miles, 5 years. You can see structural resin is inside the cavity there. We would have had a bung in there to stop it coming out during the exothermic reaction. And I know not everything is measured by the underside cracks, but the crack, if there was a crack, would be in this location here, where the RACP changes direction by about 30 degrees in this fold line here, and there's absolutely nothing there. We inspect this car very regularly, probably year on year when it comes back for servicing and various other repairs, and I'm really pleased to report after 5 years and no underside reinforcement plates, the structural resin is strengthened that hollow section into a box-like design and seems to be working well. 32,000 miles have been driven and the car has done 4 track days since then, and there are still no signs of stress cracks. And also on this vehicle we carried out some separate work independently to the structural resin. We noticed that there was one spot weld that was showing early signs of movement up on this side here, so we carried out our traditional removing of the spot welds down this section and then applying plug welds to join the two pieces together, the RACP and then the wheel arch panel. So we've done 3 bits of welding, one here and one up here, and then also, whilst the shock absorber would have had to come out, we then dealt with stitch welding all down this side here to join the two pieces together, like we do in our RACP repair and reinforcement process. Then we obviously applied sealers and primers, sealers, top coat colours, and then probably a clear coat lacquer, I'd imagine, and that's why you've got a silver grey colour. But what I wanted to show is look how good the silver grey still is, and that was 3.5 years ago and 20,000 miles. This car is driven all year round. Like I say, it's done 20,000 miles since then, and it's still in excellent condition. There are no issues with the 3 welding points that we carried out. The paint and the sealers are still perfectly adhered to the chassis underneath, and I'm really pleased to say that the car is still looking very good. So it's again not a video to say how good structural resin is because nobody uses it anymore, but it's just a case to say if you did have structural resin years ago, brilliant, there's no problems with it. It seems to be doing really good, and these sort of videos are interesting because I don't think, to my knowledge, anybody's putting out videos to sort of revisit their work this far after, and certainly not structural resin. We were one of the only people using it to a great volume, and it'll probably be interesting for people to see how those cars are holding up now.